Okay. Excuse me. But hello. It's been a while. Um, I streamed on Wednesday, but it's been a while since I've streamed with my camera on. Because I've been doing a lot of art streams, and my art streams I use my PNG tuber, so it's been like 2 to 3 weeks now, I think, since I've done like a regular stream, because like all the entire week before Christmas I did only art streams. Um and then the next week I was sick. And I think I did another art stream that Monday too. And then yeah, and then I did a stream. Yes, Wednesday stream was also an art stream because it was Wednesday, and Wednesdays are usually art streams. But yeah, it's been a bit. Also, if I am shaking or like moving a lot, I apologize. My legs are doing their thing, shaking like normal. So that is what's happening. But yeah, but it's been a bit. Hopefully, people are doing good. I'm mainly just starting as a just chatting to start because I am not completely sure what I feel like playing. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm like staring at my Steam library, trying to decide on a game to play tonight, because at least at the moment I feel like I'm kind of between Satisfactory, Hades, and City Skylines. Those are like the options I keep going to that I'm trying to pick from. I know I should probably go back to Inscription. Inscription was fun. I cannot get past the third area. I keep dying. Or at least the last couple times I played, I kept dying, so I'm like taking a break, I guess, from it. Because I want to get further and I want to see what else there is, but I feel like I'm not gonna see what else there is until at least I get to the next boss, you know? And I have not gotten to the next boss yet. I don't think. I don't believe I did. And if I did, I like died I died almost instantly, you know? Like it was one of those kinds of things. So it was rough. But yeah, I think I want to play a game that I've already have today. I always do. But next week is gonna be when I start trying to play like newer games. Like I'm gonna try to play something new. Because I have a couple indie games I want to test to try out, maybe on Mondays, and then I'm still trying to decide on what game to play on, like, you know, Fridays as like the big game, because let's see, because I have Still Rising, obviously. I have Still Rising that I could always play. I also have like Bayonetta, for example. What other ones do I have? I have I could finally restart, like, try to start up the Darksiders, like, trilogy, because I played the third one, but I didn't play the first two. So, like, I have that. I have that Echo game that I was telling everybody about. I have Hollow Knight. Like, I have a whole bunch of other games that I could also play. And that's genuinely not even counting the games I have on Epic, because I have a bunch of the big games. I think I have God of War. I think I have Horizon Zero Dawn on there. I'm gonna go look at it. Because some of the games I got from the giveaway and I have not touched them. So I have a couple of like the big games that I can play. I think I have Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's see. And I still have Tiny Tina's, but I don't know when I'm gonna go back to Tiny Tina, to be honest. Okay, yeah, I have Control. I have Immortal Phoenix Rising. I have God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Guardians of the Galaxy. I have Prey. I have the Tomb Raider games. And I have The Witcher. you know, Witcher 3. So I have a few games that I can play without having to buy nothing. At least with like the big ones. I have like other games too that are like the smaller ones, but yeah, let me just make sure I close out of that. I don't need Epic on because I'm not going to play Epic game tonight. But yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to decide, because I don't know, like every time I see Hades I'm like, oh yeah, nice easy game to play, but like I don't know if I actually feel like playing Hades or not. Like, do I really feel like going through the rush of Hades? I mean, when do I not? But like my fingers kill me after. Like I can really only do like 2 runs at a time now. Because when I do more than 2 runs, like my hands be aching after playing that game for some reason. And then Satisfactory I could play, but like my only problem at the moment with Satisfactory is that when I play it, because I haven't gotten to play it since the last time, which I wanted to do because I wanted to play it on my own, but also the thing I want to do at the moment in Satisfactory is I want to reconfigure my entire factory. Like I want to completely redo all of my conveyor belts and like make everything more efficient. And the reason I say that's a problem is because that is not very interesting to look at. It's going to be very boring for everybody else watching, because like I get into a zone and I'm trying to, like, when I actually think, I can't really focus on chat as much. So I don't want to do that to everybody. So that's why like I'm kind of not leaning towards Satisfactory as hard, just because I know what stage I'm at in, like what personal stage I'm at. Because it's not like it's a specific stage in the game. It's not like I'm blocked behind a mission. It's my own goal. It's my own want that is there, because I know I want to start to make certain things, so I want to make it more efficient. So I want to reconfigure everything, which I've already done before, mind you. I've done this before, but I want to do it again because it's not as efficient as it could be, and I don't want them to all look like wild and whatnot and be like loopity loop, I can't speak, looping around everything. Trying to say loopty loop, loopty looping. There we go, around everything. So, and then there's City Skylines, which is just, you know, the tried and true good old game of trying to build the city. I mean, it's still me like paying attention, but I can like focus slightly less with City Skylines and like see what new things there are. But yeah, so those are kind of the games I have. Like I also have some other games still on here that I could play. Like I have Lemon Cake, which is a really cute, adorable little cafe game. But like, do I really feel like playing it? I don't know. So this is the way my brain works when it's time for me. When it's time for me to stream, or when I want to play a game. Like sometimes if I just feel like playing something and I don't know what I feel like playing, and then my brain, I just sit here and I just stare hard at all of my games until finally a game like catches my eye enough to make me play. That's kind of the way that I operate. Like I would play Black Desert, but I actually have been like, the last time I played, I actually was paying attention to the quests, and like I don't want to do that to y'all. So I'm not going to do that. So, but yeah. I mean, or I could always start a game, but then I'd have to install it, and I don't know if it will install while I'm streaming. The last time I tried to install something while I was streaming, it did not work out very well for me. So there was that. Jakara and Serial, welcome in, you guys. How are y'all? I could, but you know what's so funny about it? Also, hello, welcome. I know it's been a while since I've done a stream where anybody sees my face. I've been doing a lot of art streams, which, by the way, I got new glasses. I had new glasses before Christmas, but I only did art streams the week of Christmas, so I didn't get to show anybody that I got new glasses. But yes, I got new glasses. But hello, welcome. But to answer you, see, I would spin a wheel, but my brain doesn't like that for some reason. Like, I'll like do that type of stuff, right? And I'll like spin a wheel or whatever, and then it'll pick it, and then I'll go to start to play it, and then my brain's just like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play it. And it stops. So instead, I have to go off of the method of staring really hard at them until I get a feeling, an urge of which one I like, which one I feel like doing. And that's what usually happens. That's how it works even with art. Like, when I'm like, I need to do art today, I need to work on something, if I don't know what I want to do, automatically I will pull up every whip that I have, like every single work in progress that I have at the moment. I will just pull them all up in clip, and I will go back and forth between them and just stare at them all until my pen eventually just decides to start working on one of them, and then I just keep going. That's the way it works for me. Just committed a 40-minute act of work avoidance because I don't want to be here right now. Oh, I feel that. That reminds me, one time when I was working at Zara, I was a visual, technically trainee visual, and me and one of the other visuals, we did not want to be there that day. It was really slow. I think it was like around the holidays. It was sale. It was terrible. We went to the stock room, and we legitimately hid in the stock room. We pretended like we had to do work, and we hid. And like when the managers came, like trying to find people, we literally went like because in the stock room you have the wall, like the wall, the shelf walls that like wheel in and out. We went between the coats and we pulled the shelves closed and hid in it. Oh man, I think we were able to avoid stuff for like 40 minutes. It was so fun. It was great. Man, I'm so happy I don't work there anymore though. I know what you mean. I usually use a wheel to eliminate the options I don't actually want to do. I feel that. Thanks for the shout out. I bought that game, The Pathless. Ooh! I don't know when I'll get around to playing it, but I got it. Yes! I'm so happy you have it. It's so good. It's great. I really like The Pathless. I will say, Serial, like, The Pathless is great because you might not know when you're gonna play it, but just know it's a pretty easy play. Like, you could probably finish it. Like, you're not gonna finish in 3 hours, but like, it's not like a super duper long game. It's not super duper long. To me, it's a one and done. Like, you play through it, you know, find what you want to find, enjoy the story, and then you finish it and you uninstall it, and it's great. I loved it. I want to play it again, honestly. It was really good. I really liked it. The wheel chose option B. Actually, I don't like that. Just gonna do it. That is very much a me thing, too. I do that a lot. I do that so much. Oh my goodness. Ooh, something else that I did that I want to tell you guys, which is like so unimportant, but you guys are health captains because you guys are here. But I have been slowly but surely trying to like reorganize my room, like completely organize it so that everything has a place. It's set up more functional and how I want, and it has all of my little doodads and whatnot. And I think I have finally finished. Like, you're never finished, but like I've finally reached a point where pretty much all of the organizing, like finding the places for things, all of that stuff is now done. Like, my TV stand now has the things that's supposed to be in there. That the drawers there actually have things in them. You guys could never see my dressers, but like now the things that were on there, everything now has a place, so everything is completely clean and like cleared. And like now if my room gets messy, I should be able to clean it in like 10 minutes because everything actually has a spot. Like there's nothing that like is just, it's just homeless basically. And I'm so happy and proud of myself for that. Like it's a big deal for me. It's a big deal. Just felt like saying that because that was one of my first goals for the year that I wanted to get done in January, and I did it. I finished it. Like I'd already started it. Before January, but I wanted to finish it. So I'm really excited. But let me see. Also, what would you guys wanna see? I think what is an ad about to start? I don't know if it started already. I don't think it has. It just, the thing I hate about like little ads manager thingy is that it'll do the countdown, right? It'll do the countdown and tell you like blah blah blah, you have this amount of time. Okay, now it's starting. Now it's starting. Now I gotta wait the 24 seconds. And then I will continue my rant. As I continue to look. Okay, let me see. What do I feel like playing? What do I feel like playing today? And I will ask you guys too. There we go. Okay, you guys should be back now. All I was gonna say before was that I hate that like with that little ad manager thingy, like it will tell you like how much time before the ad starts, and then like when the countdown goes to 0, it says ad starting soon, so you would think that like the ad would just start right after the countdown. No, it always still takes like a few seconds, so you're still waiting for the ad to start, so you don't know when it's actually about to start. It just decides to start randomly, I feel, each time. But anyway, which game would you guys like to see tonight, actually? Would you want to see City Skylines, Hades, or Satisfactory? I don't know when you guys came in, though, so just, like, my preface of being City Skylines, you know, good old, regular old City Skylines, nothing to preface with that. Hades, I'm debating, because it's like, I don't know if it always makes my fingers hurt after 2 runs. That I will say. Hades always makes my fingers hurt after 2 runs, so I can only do 2 runs. But 2 runs is a full stream anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then Satisfactory, I keep being on the fence because, like, I want to play it, but I also know that the stage, like, the part I'm in Satisfactory, like, it's not mission-based or anything that I'm at. It's my own personal mission, because I want to make these parts, and I didn't get to play since the last time I played. Because I was going to play on my own, because I wanted to, and also to do some stuff. And, like, I want to reconfigure my entire factory. I want to redo everything. I want to redo everything in it. Y'all said Hades? Okay, we're going to do Hades now. Let me grab my controller. We will do Hades. Plus, if I start Hades and I don't want to play Hades, I'll know. I'll be able to tell after we start it up. That's the way that my brain works. Like, I can always tell if I have made the wrong decision. So we are going to go in here. Let's see if I can get past Elysium again. What the hell is going on? I'm on my business. Some siren alarm going off right now. Something's happening. Do. play the game. Last game I played on it was Go for Live. It's like, wait, why is this thing not popping up the way that I want it to? Because I did not pull the game up on the screen. Okay. Let me see if my music is done. I'm pretty sure it is. You not play. Okay, now you want to work. Okay, I can do it. Okie dokie. I love the soundtrack for this game so much. Yes, they do be singing. Soundtrack is amazing. Soundtrack just is lovely. Alrighty. Let's see how I do. Yeah, but how are you guys doing? How's your week been? Hopefully it's been all right. I guess we'll try to get some gems. Oopsie, wrong button.
Stygius hungers.
Alright, remember how to play. That's that. Okie dokie. I mean, it would be, but I mean, I can't control y'all. It's up to you. But hello, Black. How are you doing? How have you been? I'm doing alright. I'm kind of just been chilling. Like, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's a lie. I haven't just been chilling, but I've been chilling enough. I worked on, my little newsletter finally again. Because it's been so long since I put one out. I finished it. I just have to, like, look it over, make sure it makes sense. And then I could probably send it out tomorrow, which will be nice. I'm probably going to do that. Been a busy week. Glad it's over. I'm happy that it's over for you, too. I'm very happy it's over. Now you have the weekend.
How dare you, boy! Learn well to shut that foolish mouth of yours, or I shall shut it for you.
Well, I'm sorry.
Goodbye, Father.
I
Lady
mean,
Aphrodite.
I don't think you really should say goodbye, because, like, we're not going to beat him. He's gonna slap you right back into hell, unfortunately. Sorry, Zacharias.
My Lady Aphrodite, if not for our acquaintance, I'm certain that my days or nights would be much drearier indeed.
Why, dearest, such a wonderfully thoughtful gift for me.
I can't remember if I've
love it,
gifted
and I would
Aphrodite
be lying
yet.
if I said you shouldn't have. Keep following that heart of yours, dearest. It's good enough a guide, believe you me. Mine tells me you are going to succeed.
No problem. Enjoy your lurk and make that spaghetti. I hope that it's very good. I'm gonna have fajitas later, which I'm excited about. My mom's making them. I'm excited. Your attack deals more damage and inflicts weak. Your special deals more damage and inflicts weak. Your dash deals damage and you end up where you end up. Okay.
Heads up.
Nope. Oh, wrong button. Haha. I always, whenever I come back to Hades, I always press the wrong button. I always go to press A. And this is sad to say, I've actually never had taquitos. I haven't had a lot. I'm not even gonna say 10. I need 10. There's lots of foods I haven't eaten before. Ah! I'm very sloppy right now. But I feel like every time I do a run, and I haven't done a run in more than a week, I'm extremely sloppy when I come back. Always, without fail, just walking into traps constantly, walking straight into enemy attacks. This is the way that I am when I first start back. Oh, let me also put down, let me change, put the game in. Let me actually pretend like I know what I'm doing for once as a streamer. There we go. Now we are updated. Perfect.
I'm rich.
But yeah, but I haven't eaten a lot of stuff. But I always say that it's because, one, I'm a picky eater anyway. But then on top of it, it took me a long time to realize until I got older. But my mom was also a picky eater. So like, many times with like other picky eaters, they'll talk about how like, you know, their parents will force them to eat the things they didn't want to eat. And like, although of course like that was probably my dad, but my mom didn't like try to force me to eat certain things because she also was picky. She also was a picky eater, so she too didn't want to eat many things. But because of that, it also did mean that like there are many types of foods that I didn't grow up eating. Because if she didn't like it, she wasn't gonna cook it. If she didn't like it, she wasn't gonna buy it, you know? So, many types of food, especially from other cultures, got older and began to be a little more open with my food choices and possibilities. And like, I'm still very picky. But I at least am trying a bit more to try things. But I'm very much a person who I like to try the safe things first. Safest options are the things that I try. Boo to picky. Listen, you can boo me as much as you want. I accept it. I understand. I get it. But it's me.
You've met Aphrodite now. She likes beguiling others with her charms, but her intentions with you, I believe, are pure. You'll find our strengths are complementary.
I am a firm believer And if a restaurant has nasty chicken tenders, I am not eating anything else from their menu, because if you cannot make good chicken tenders, you cannot make good chicken tenders, why should I trust you with anything else? Why? Also, I don't like how people hate on chicken tenders so much, because like chicken tenders are freaking delicious. Like, I don't think people, like, I'm sorry, like, people can make fun of me as much as they want for me getting chicken tenders sometimes from places. Chicken tenders are freaking delicious when they are made right, and that's what I mean. Like, chicken tenders are not made the same. Good chicken tenders are some good chicken tenders. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Anyways, your attack is stronger and can deflect. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay. Ooh, thank you for the hydrate. Let me. Also, how are you doing? How are you today? I think you can probably also still kind of slightly hear the ending of my cold still in my, like, nasal area. Because it's like I'm basically good, but it's still, like, slightly there. Like, even when I talk, I can still kind of feel my nasal area is still a little weird. You're picky too, but sensory issues make it hard. Oh, I get. Picky eater supremacy. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Same. But yeah, the sensory issue thing definitely is a thing. And I didn't realize that was like a factor until I started getting older. You know, I feel like. Because like texture really is a big deal. And like I feel like many times it can really easily get overlooked that could be like the reason you can't pick up. Like, for example, I didn't, like, originally my mom, she doesn't like shrimps, and we were always like, we don't understand how you like them. Like, she'll eat maybe fried shrimp, but she cannot eat live shrimp. She chooses to eat like steamed or any other type of like shrimp. And we were like, you should try, you know, it's supposedly better than eating fried shrimp, stuff like that, you know, better for you, whatever. But then she finally explained to me, she was like, I can't eat it because it just, like, the texture of it just, it, like, makes me want to be sick. And finally I realized it was a texture issue. The texture of, like, steamed shrimp, she cannot get past it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, that makes complete sense. Hey, Lenny. I'm good, thank you. Hope the rest of your cold goes quick. I'm hoping so, too. It's, like, that annoying tail end of colds, like, that part, where it's, like, you're basically healed. You basically feel fine. But, like, your little nasal passage likes to have a slight wall film of mucus that just decides to pop up once in a while and make you sound weird. Like, it's like that. Oh, thank you for the stretch. What is that? What does that stand for, if you don't mind explaining, Jakara? I've never heard of that. So we have very severe texture problems with food, so nuggets, tenders, and pizzas are our go-tos. But that's the thing, though, nuggets, tenders, and pizzas are so good. I have shrimp trouble, too. The shrimp, I 100% understand. I'm actually surprised that I'm okay with shrimp. Like steamed shrimp and stuff. I really like it, like in pastas and stuff, but I definitely get it. The shrimp one, I genuinely don't get it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend. It's kind of weird. But, I will say, I don't like, sometimes, depending on what it is, the taste of seafood can sometimes be really iffy if it, like, gets on other things. Then, like, I hate it. Like, sometimes I don't like when certain things touch. Like, obviously, if it's the fruit of the dish, like if it's like a pasta with the seafood, obviously that's touch. but like I don't want other things to touch my stuff. I try really hard to keep my food separate. I'm also that person.
Someday when we'll be resting easy on these heights, why, we'll look back at this and laugh, I'm sure of it.
Like, I won't make a huge deal about it because I don't want people to laugh at me, but like, I don't like when things are like touching each other. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Oh, okay. Learn something new. Okay, cool. I mean, it's not cool that you have it, you know, but thank you for telling me what it is. But that makes sense. Like, I feel like there's a lot of foods that can go into that. Alrighty, I'm getting a dash, because who knows when I'm going to get another dash thing. Like, I will say my go-tos, if I am going to get anything, especially like just from a different culture, because I do want, like, I've been trying to try more foods. Get the sentence out. But when I try new foods, my go-tos that I look for are rice dishes. 100% are rice dishes. Usually with like chicken. Or like some sort of beef or steak. I look for those because they tend to sometimes be like the most palate friendly for me, where I can like get a gist of the different flavors that culture or that food has to offer without like
Ahoy there.
maybe being
Hey, sir.
slightly
Sure,
weirded
those
out by the
tasty
look or the smell because I know rice and I know the chicken and everything else is there, and then I can move my way up because I've started to get used to it. And that's usually the way that I work. That's the way I work around trying the new things. And so far it helps. And it also helps because then at least if I do have somebody who wants to go someplace and it's like has food that like I don't normally eat and stuff like that.
Sisyphus, how can you stand it being here like this? You always seem in such good spirits, though.
Like if I do go someplace, like if they want to go someplace that I'm not used to, I can at least find something. As long as they have like rice and like some type of meat and like maybe some peppers or whatever it is that they decide to season it with. I usually can get by. I look for whatever things I can recognize.
You push on boldly here sufficient times and you might get a different outlook on things too. With the Furies all preoccupied and with my running into you from time to time, I'm positively doing great lately. I like to take what pleasures I can get.
Alrighty, what do I want? I mean, my healing is still kinda okay. Cause I think he only does regular healing, right? I don't think he does like amping up my actual health. I can't remember. I'm gonna choose it. I think he just does regular healing.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
5
Just
second rule.
Okay, cool.
That was 5 seconds, right?
Now I remember. Because I did it. I don't really care too much for the sword. I just did it because it was gonna give me extra damage. I'm not feeling it though today. Grab me.
Ah. The power of the gods. Got some zest.
Literally why I like to have this stuff. I just like to run around, shock them all. I think the last time actually that I played Hades, I actually was talking to you guys about the way, the way that my brain operates with the dashes, and why I can't use Athena's dash, even though everybody loves it and everybody says it's the superior dash. I can't use it. Oh, hello Shinobi, welcome in. How are you doing, my friend? How are you? How's your Friday going? Oh, let me do a fishing spot.
Come on up.
Yay!
What do you know, a hellfish?
No problem. Enjoy your food, Lummy. You're tired, but you're okay. Hopefully you're home and you're able to rest or something. But, yeah, I can't use... Yeah, you can catch fish in here. In this game.
Pleasure doing business.
You do. I want to spend my money. I'm gonna actually save it. But, I can't use Athena's stash because basically, like, I am so chaotic and I have absolutely no type of precision or thought. Like, literally head empty, no thoughts while I play. So, like, for me with Athena's dash, it doesn't do anything for me because I just run around like a chicken without its head, and I need the dashes that do damage when I run, like leave a trail of damage of attacks, because those are the only dashes that do well, that I do well with. Oh no, you're working. Oh, but at least you're off for the weekend. That's nice, at least. You've got this. You can get through this. I believe in you. But yeah, like Athena's dash, I might as well have not even gotten a dash half the time, because there is literally no rhyme or reason to the way that I go. I just dash constantly, and I hope and pray for the best. I just run around and I dash. And Athena's dash still kind of requires you to know somewhat what you're doing. Like, I do not ever know what I'm doing. Plus, sometimes when I'm dashing and going so fast, my brain, I feel like, doesn't understand what I'm doing. Like, it doesn't process my thoughts, you know? So I'm just out here hoping and praying for the best. Like, that's what I do around here, around these parts. Hello, Sam. How are you? How goes it? Yes, a Hades stream tonight.
Gods grant me strength.
It was chosen by your peers. Because I didn't know what to play. But how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. Let's hope I don't die by Meg, because I feel like I'm playing this, but my brain is like also not processing half of the information. So I'm just kind of vibing. We're just kind of vibing out. It's almost like, no, there wasn't an actual poll. There was like 2 people here. Oh no. It was like 2 people here, and Serial and Jakar chose Hades. So I played Hades. That's the way it went. I'm good, about to sleep before work, but I saw you were alive. Oh, cool. I hope you have a good nap then, Sam. Oh, and if do you work this weekend? Because we should play games. You know, or something.
Please, I'm not a murderer. You don't have to do this.
I'm not looking forward to this. Is this the one that likes to throw all the attacks at me? And I don't have a shield. I'm scared. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Wait, where? hide here if I have to. Nope. Ah! hate her. So annoying. So freaking annoying. I actually haven't gone against any of the sisters in a really long time. Like, I feel like I've just solely had Meg for so long that I forgot that these girls existed. And now suddenly the game is just like, you know what? We've let you off real easy for a while. We need to bring you back some pain and let you remember what this game is about. We need to let you know what it is. No problem. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your nap.
Accuse somebody else.
I'm so mad I lost so much health. But I also, like I said, I've been like head empty, no thoughts. So, at least I didn't die.
Let's hear it, Father.
That's kind of where I am.
You wouldn't dare.
I need to make sure that these betas aren't done. Cause I'm hungry. I decided to be like all like healthy today. And oh yeah, they are done. What am I looking at? No. I'll do a little more and then I'm gonna go take a break and eat some food. The beat is in it. I'm excited about that.
The Asphodel Meadows.
Making sure there's no fishing spots. Who is going to annoy me this time? Oh, it's you guys! Oh, I love fighting you guys. I'm lying. I absolutely hate you. Every single one of you.
Phew.
Hate them. Ugh. Maybe I'll take my break when I get to the Hydra.
More bone rakers.
God. How dare y'all be over here actually hit me? Audacity. Why I gotta be so bad today? I don't appreciate it. I do not. Thank you. Alright, what do we got? Special hit slider, hold attack to strike rapidly. Is that any better though? don't know if I've tried. Well, I've obviously tried it since the prophecy thing doesn't show it, but I don't remember what it's like. So I want to see what the flurry attack is.
That's a blade.
Okay, I can just hold it, I guess. Okie dokie.
Where now? Next island.
Alright, let's see what they got for me.
Here's the fee.
Help. Not y'all.
Good.
Alright. There another one over here? Are y'all all bosses? Ugh. Now y'all all bosses. I guess I'll go here. Enjoy your lurk, Shinobi. Oh, is it the witches? I knew it was the witches. I could feel it was gonna be a witches day. I could feel it was gonna be a witches day. And I hate that for my life. Because I hate freaking witches. God, I hate them with a passion. An absolute passion. Despise them. Everything in me. Every fiber of my being. Okay.
No hard feelings.
My oceans, they are filled with danger, not just water, little Hades. Any of the dead you face, they met their mortal end at sea and not on land.
Alright, what do you got for me? Your cast damages foes in an area and knocks them away. Gain a random assortment. Oh, it will suck. Okay. Do I want that, or do I want to just gain more value? We'll do that. Maybe it'll make me have more money. Maybe once I'll have a little more money when I finish. There isn't another one right now. Oh, fountain. Is it Bone Hydra time? Oh, it is Bone Hydra time.
I'll pay for that.
Alright, we're gonna go in here, and then I will go get some food.
Bone Hydra, you're back. How wonderful.
I just think this one looks pretty, but I feel like this is the one that I don't like. If my memory is serving. There's definitely gotten as many variations of the Bone Hydra as often, so I forget which ones I don't enjoy. Does that make sense? It's time for the other one. Hey, Loti, how are you?
Got you.
I have 2 health. Because I don't think y'all can see it. I have 2 health. I am dying.
Thank you.
I am so close to death. This is a very, very, sloppy run.
Just as we were finishing.
So
cleaning
incredibly
up
sloppy. Yes, Happy New Year, T. How are you doing? Let me give you a shout out. I'm going to grab my things, but then I'm actually gonna take a break because it is time for me to eat. So that's what I'm about to do. I was hoping they would give me some help. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to take a break real quick. For anybody who is not familiar with my breaks, I usually take about 15 to 20 minutes so that I can eat because, one, I don't... Hello, warrior. Hello, warrior, and welcome in. Thank you for the resub, Blaze. Well, welcome in, you guys. Welcome in, Raiders. For anybody who doesn't know who I am Mono. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch, and on Mondays and Fridays I play games, and on Wednesdays I play art. I mean, I do art because I am an artist first and foremost. But welcome, warrior. You have fantastic time. Also, hello, Pink Star Nuggets. How are you? The army is marching in to provide backup, sending the love of God and allyship your way. Oh, that's so cool. That's nice. But yeah, welcome in, you guys. Also, goodness gracious, thank you for the resub, Blaze. I can't believe it's been 25 months That is wild. That is freaking wild. I need to like redo my sub badges and make some new badges too for like people who have been here for a long time, because that's wild. Oh my goodness, thank you. 2 whole freaking years. I can't believe this. I'm gonna just keep saying it's wild. But welcome in. You saw Hades and immediately said yeah. I didn't know what to play, so people chose Hades, so that's what I'm playing today. I am, fair warning, I'm very sloppy today. Very sloppy today. So I'm surprised I haven't lost a life yet, but we're going through it. So just be mindful that is the vibe of the run for tonight. But oh, and thank you so much for the sub, Warrior. I really appreciate it. Great, happy 2-year anniversary. Which is funny because I think this year will be my 2-year affiliate anniversary. I think it's in May. My 2-year streaming anniversary is in April, which is a slight lie because I haven't been streaming for 2 years. I've been streaming for more, but I only count 2 because that was when I truly started trying to take it seriously. Tried to do a routine. So the other years didn't count. But I've been technically streaming, but my 2-year. So but I think my 2-year affiliate is it's either in May or it's in June. It's one of the two. Let me make sure I didn't oh, it was a hype train? I feel like I've never had a hype train before. That's cool. It doesn't feel like it. Like I've literally known you for 2 whole years, Blaze. That's just mind blowing. Which, by the way, I don't think that you guys get to pop in on Wednesday, but I'm remaking my PNG tuber. Like remaking as in like I'm taking my old like PNG tuber and I basically went in and just took off all of the hair, took off all the clothes and accessories, because I am 100% going to do the paper doll method that I kept talking about so that I could start to change the outfits. So that is what I'm doing. So I did that during stream, so technically now, like, she's done. Now I just have to, now I have to go in and, put her for every photo because it's a GIF, so I have to do that fun thing. But technically, the base is now done. You saw sneak peeks of me messing with my PNG tuber? Yeah. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, Warrior. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see, did I miss something? You know what that means. Yeah, don't worry, I will post it whenever she's finished. Right now, though, I feel like she's just gonna stay the same for a bit on art days, because as you already know, I pretty much only use her on art days, unless I really don't feel like showing myself on the screen when I'm playing a game, but most of the time she's just for art days. But she'll probably have her regular default for a while, but then I might make another one. I kind of want to make her like a cute little winter outfit, you know, for like January, but I also want to make her like a cute little like Valentine's Day outfit for February, so I might work on that to get her into something. And yeah, I want to just like update the outfits for each month or whenever I feel like it, you know, maybe have a couple of cool cute outfits I can like interchange once in a while just because I feel like it, because why not? I mean, I used to be a fashion girly anyway, might as well showcase it. But I want to say thank you guys so much for coming in, and Warrior for, you know, sharing your community with me and everything. But I am going to take a break so you guys can 100% feel free to chill out. You can talk amongst yourself in the chat if you would like to, but I am going to take a quick, well, a break to go eat. I can't necessarily say quick because my food breaks, for anybody who has not been here before, my food breaks tend to be 15 to 20 minutes because I don't like to eat on camera, and I also don't like to just like scarf down my food really fast. So I try to give myself about 15-20 minutes. Sometimes I'm quicker. I try not to be longer, because why the hell would y'all wait here for 30 minutes? That's weirdo behavior for me to think that. But I try to be about 15 to 20 minutes so that I can eat. Might be quicker because it's fajitas, so nice quick type of meal. But I am going to go eat some food, but definitely feel free to sit here and chill out. I might turn down the music on the game and put on like some lo-fi for while I'm gone, so it's not just like complete silence for you guys. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because y'all just so happened to pop in with the raid the absolute second I was about to go on break. Like the second I was saying I was gonna go on break, you guys popped up. So I didn't want to like go right away. So I went to at least greet you guys, but I am hungry. So yeah, I'm gonna get some food, and then when we come back, we will go through Elysium, because we just finished Asphodel? Yeah, Asphodel. We just finished Asphodel with 2 health, so yeah. So what I have, probably have like what, 80 or something. Yeah, 85 health. So we're gonna go through Elysium and see how much further we can get with the amount of health that I have. So let me go in and set up this stuff for you guys. Actually, let me first do a quick little pause. Here we go. Cool. Oh yeah, good. There's no sound while I'm paused. I forgot. So yeah, I'm gonna put on some lo-fi. Put back on the lo-fi that I had. And yeah, so I'll be back. Bye. That was an abrupt cut off of the music, probably. Hello, hi, I'm back. I am back from eating. I hope that everybody else was good. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Zephy. I had fajitas. I had 2 fajitas. And my cat yelled at me the whole time because she wanted my food. Despite the fact I fed her right before I ate. And then after I ate, she yelled at me because she didn't like how much food I gave her. Apparently I didn't give her enough. But she still had tons of food in her bowl. So I was like, I'm not gonna give you like a full serving of food if you still have food there. Not gonna do it. So she's upset with me. She's mad. As she tends to be. Oh, let me actually really quick, can this reach? I need to charge my laptop so that I can still keep seeing chat while I stream. Cause I got a new laptop, y'all. I got a laptop. I'm really excited about it. It's like, okay, this one's not going to reach. Ooh, can I use one of these? Will this work? Will this charge it? Oh, wrong thing. I'm trying to, like, not grab my charger from my actual laptop and, like, trying to see if any of the other various cords I have will work to charge my laptop instead, because I want to be lazy and not get up and have to go underneath my desk to do it. Oh, it technically does work. I just got a little pop-up saying to charge faster to connect an approved charger directly to your computer. And I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna see if it will charge fast enough to stay alive while I stream. Also, welcome back, Lenny, if you are still back. This one earbud is putting in 2 times the work. Also, I'm in a lift and they are applying the most grating sounds I have ever had the displeasure of hearing. Oh no. What kind of sounds are what kind of music is it? I'm so curious to know what type of music they're playing. So very curious. Also, my fajitas were really good. I will say though, like, before anybody even mentions it, yes, I grew up eating basically like white people tacos and stuff. So like, I remember I went to a Tex-Mex place, like, while I'm an adult, like, this is probably a few years back. Went to a Tex-Mex place. Hello. Hi. What's up? Don't get on my laptop, on my computer. Because you've been turning my PC off. Like, legitimately turning it off. And I don't appreciate it. I see you staring. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a moment right now with my cat. You good? I'm gonna go back to streaming. You good? You okay? You alright? I feel like I'm gonna turn away and she's gonna jump on my PC. And the last few times she's been jumping on my PC, she's been turning it off. Because she's been hitting the button, because the button, no. 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 I see you thinking about it. I need you to not think about it. Do not jump on there. I'm gonna like at least click continue so that there can be music and it's not just like dead silence while I do the. Relax, girly. I'm gonna go back close to the desk. Don't jump on my PC. She is literally waiting for me to go back to what I'm doing so that she can jump on my PC and I have to stop and pick her up and take her off. Because that is the vibe right now. Techno music, and they have the window down, and I've been in a cold building for 8 hours. Oh no. Now he changed it to hip hop. No. Off. Excuse me. Hello. Have you come to make an appearance? Have you come to say hello to everybody? Hello, can they see you? How are you doing? Hey, girlie. This is my baby, for anybody who's here who's never seen her before. She's very into my laptop. I'm about to have her butt in my face, as per usual. I hate the fact that I have seen her butthole so many times that it is normal. But I guess that's what it means to be a cat owner. Is you just know the way your cat's butthole looks like the back of your hand. Apparently. Can you not rub against my laptop and put all of the hair on it? You good? You good, baby girl? You good, girly? Can you relax now? Do you want to go on my lap so that I can start playing again? You wanna go down? Yeah, come on. You wanna come here? You wanna sit? You wanna relax? Yeah, lay down. So that I can go back to playing my game. Yeah. She gets jealous when I stream, I've found. She gets upset with me sometimes that I'm sitting here talking to my computer instead of being with her. She gets very upset about it. Right, girly? Right, girly? So, give me a moment. I gotta get her good real quick. Oh, I hate depression. She's shed so much. My problem though is that, like, I've been wanting to take her to a groomer, but I've been having such a hard time actually, like, getting a group, like, finding a groomer for her. Because I had a place that I used to go to, and the last time I was able to get to them was during the pandemic, but it was like, I want to say like 2021, maybe? Because I couldn't get an appointment. I could not get through all of 2022. And I tried to get her a groomer, like, close by, so I was like, well, if I can't get them, then I might as well try to see if there's some place closer I could get. One time I tried to get, I almost got one. They were so unprofessional. Like, they wouldn't use their phone, like, wouldn't pick up calls. And, like, fine, that's fine if, like, you don't want to pick up calls, and, like, and you want to do messages, or, you know, whatever. But, like, they only did it when their hours were done, and they wouldn't actually respond back to you in, like, timely. So I was trying to make an appointment, and it took 3 days to get to the point of booking my appointment. And this is going back and forth with messages with them. And then after that, they just that was just it, and they just didn't get back to me after I was like, yeah, I want to book the appointment. And then suddenly like 2 weeks or like 3 weeks later, I get a message like, oh, are you available for an appointment tomorrow? And I'm looking at my phone like, what do you mean am I available for an appointment tomorrow? Like, I tried to book this appointment almost like 2 to 3 weeks ago. And you didn't even like update me to let me know that, oh, like I'm gonna let the person know, or I'll get back to you within this amount of time or anything. Like, wasn't even a when are you available? Straight up, oh, we have a slot for you tomorrow. Like, no, I didn't respond. I didn't reply. So I was like, if y'all ain't got the courtesy to keep me in the loop, then I could already did it. So I didn't go to them. Because I was annoyed. I was being petty. I was just annoyed with them. I didn't find another groomer. I'm just annoyed. So I started buying my own stuff so I could hopefully try to, like, get her to slowly let me do things for her, you know? But she doesn't like baths. Doesn't like water. So I have to give her, like, the dry baths. I have to give her the foam ones. She'll at least let me do that. She won't let me use water, but she'll let me use foam bath. I'm trying to get her calm so that she can lay her head down. Because once she lays her head down, because I know you can't see her, once she actually lays her head down, then she'll just basically nap for me, and then I can just do whatever I want. I can play my game and chill, and she'll be fine. But until she lays her head down, she will be bothering me. Or, as I should say, she will be upset with me if I'm not touching her at all seconds of the moment. And then she'll jump down and then just constantly jump on my PC on purpose. Because that's the kind of brat she is. Huh? That's the kind of girl you are. Yes, you are. But yeah. Oh, and now I remember what I was saying before I got sidetracked. I went to a Tex-Mex place like maybe a few years ago, and like I feel like that was the first time I had like an authentic, say air quotes because it really wasn't still probably, but like that was the first time I had ordered fajitas from any place before, and like they had, you know, the rice and the beans, and they had all the stuff you could put on it, and it changed my life. Because the way my mom used to make fajitas when I was a kid, because, you know, we didn't actually know what a real fajita probably tasted like. So my mom just made, you know, the fajita with the chicken, and that was it. It was just the chicken and the tortilla or whatever. And yeah. So once I had that, I was trying to slowly get my mom to like try it with rice and beans and stuff. And it took years, like it took legitimately years for me to get my mom to try it with the rice and the beans. And like the funniest thing is that my sister had it too, but then like when I did finally get my mom to eat it with it, my sister would come by and she'd be like, why you got all this stuff with it? And she'd just eat it with the chicken only. So, but now my mom loves it. She actually she prefers it because she doesn't even like meat a ton anyway. So she is so happy I showed her because she can like load up her fajita with like rice and beans and put like little chicken and beans. But stories of me being picky, you know, picky eating. Alright, I want to start playing my game now, Grelly. You've also put hair successfully everywhere on me. I have hair everywhere because you were shedding. Alright, I'm gonna use my controller. I know you don't want me to. I'm sorry, but I'm playing a game. She's so annoyed with me. She's so annoyed. Alright, I'm gonna try to start to play my game again. Hello, Lenny. I have been talking to your niece because she wants attention, but I want to start playing my game again. So I was trying to get her to put her head down so she could go in nap mode, but she's still sitting up. Which means she's gonna get annoyed because I'm gonna start playing the game again. I have to play like this so that my controller doesn't touch her because her head is still up. The things I do for my cat, right? The things I do for my baby.
To the top.
Oh, thank you, Lenny. Okay, we are in Elysium. Butterflies. They are effectively the worst thing in existence. Absolutely despise them. Ah! This is terrible to say, but I kind of hope I die. I want a different weapon now. I'm so annoyed by the
Power of Olympus.
sword. Man, I do want to do my dash. I'll do the weak thing after. Oh, right. Can you lay down already? I'm going to die. I refuse to believe I'm not going to die. There we go. Knew it.
No.
He knew it was coming. Thing that sucks is that I can just regain my death to 5. It won't even matter. I mean, if I can get to that guy. I don't get him. It doesn't matter, but you know. Debating if I'm gonna just do one run tonight or not. I feel like I might just do one run tonight. And we might play something else, but I think I might just do one. I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel by the end. Not me, damage. I do not use the upgrade. I still keep pressing my attack. I think I just wanted to see what I haven't used the sword. You know, my cat being here is really kind of taking by having to hold my controller like this. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
That's life.
Let's see. Let me figure out a different method of play. Here we go. That's still good, right, girly? Keep my... Oh, okay. You upset? You upset? I changed the way that I was sitting? Okay, I'm sorry. At least I get to have my hands back on my lap. Okie doke.
Asterius.
Let us clash here again before you face the champion. We never will allow you through without a fight.
I mean, you let me through without a fight other times.
You're nothing like Theseus. Why go along with everything he says and does? You're your own man. And bull.
King Theseus slew me in life and saved me in death. I was cast into Erebus, a monster. He found me when he died, and used his influence to bring me here with him.
You owe him, kinda.
That's nice of him and all, but sounds like you're even to me.
Does
Seeing
sound
as he
like it.
killed you in the first place.
No, we're not. And I will fight for him and alongside him for eternity, as recompense for helping me to understand exactly who I am.
I mean, I guess. And I'd rather only fight Asterius, though. You know, as long as it's not chasing me. I didn't run quick enough. Ow! Yeah! Stop weaving through! Yeah, I think I'm gonna do one run today. My wrist isn't liking it today. I say my arm. Dang, my arm is like, why? Why do you do this to me? Why do you mash these buttons so hard? Stop weaving through!
Enough.
I hate that he
The
stops
challenger.
before I can kill.
Most welcome here. Until we meet again.
Yeah. I would rather they just let me take him
God, you
down.
Asterius.
And then I only go against
Be
these
like that, you
Theons.
gods.
But, of course I can't.
Uncle
Why
Poseidon,
would I?
This here is for you. Would that my father were as easygoing as yourself.
Ah, a show of generosity from my most favored nephew. Your gift is mightily appreciated. I'll just go ahead and add it to the pile.
Hear me on my authority.
I'm gonna take a look. I like Artemis's call. I think that's their name. I can't remember. I think that's their name. Ah!
Need to press on.
Oh yes, I will take. Go here. I can get back my depth device.
About every detail. Ah, yes.
Something wrong there, sir? I mean, shouldn't you be up and about, competing for eternal pride and glory and all that?
What's the use? Let's say we fought, if anybody asks. Now go. I've no quarrel with you. Besides, I'll just remain here comfortably at rest for some untold millennia, I guess. Have a nice... whatever time it is.
Oh, I found out the name. Don't even remember when I learned their name. For the longest, I didn't know what their name was. They wouldn't tell me.
Thanks, sir.
I won't be needing that.
Go for help.
Haven't you learned your lesson yet?
Ah, this is still more, y'all.
Blast! Much better.
Thank you. I'll probably play something else to end off the stream, maybe. We'll see. Well, maybe it'll just be a shorter stream. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how things are feeling.
More long spears. Not another Death Defy. But I did already warn everybody from the beginning. I've been playing really sloppy today. I mean, it makes sense that I would be here with like one Death Defiance left. While in Elysium. After regaining all of my Death Defiance, mind you, because I regained one. And then here I am. I lost all of them, basically. I mean, like, maybe I could keep one for the fight between Theseus and whatnot. Maybe. We'll see. A gift.
This is what I wanted. Help.
Just what I need.
That's what I needed. Because I only got one Death Defiance, so we get to see how it goes. No golds. Alright. I'm gonna do a little stretch though. Because I think it's just because I haven't really played a game either with my controller in a while. When I think about it, it's been a few weeks. Like, to be honest. So, I think that's what it is too.
A challenger! By the gods of Olympus, you'll go no further on your wicked quest. You try evading this!
Ah! We are off to a lovely start. Me getting hit with this spear.
You think you have achieved was merely handed you.
why you gotta go and like miss everything? The audacity.
Hear that, Asterius? Are you prepared? Fiend, who taught you such sloppy technique?
At least let me get Asterius.
They know our victory is certain here. Hold you, unwelcome pustule. I shall run you through.
You know the deal. Sorry, I'm quiet. This fight always makes me quiet. All I can do is concentrate.
Now, fiend. What is the matter, fiend? Is your weak sense of resolve already shaken?
Come on, try to hit me. Alright, we're halfway through. We're in the part that I hate.
Lady Artemis, I beg you, guide my spear.
I guess they're testing me.
I need to scratch my eyebrow.
How about you?
No! Failed it.
It's my last
I knew
chance.
it was
You
coming.
see?
That was nice.
Now, fiend.
Ah!
You have a lot of nerve, Hellspawn, but little else. You
That was all my fault. That was genuinely all me. Alright, I just at least needed to kill Theseus. I might not make it through the sewers,
Ugh, much too close.
but I at least needed to defeat Theseus. Honestly, my least favorite boss fight, I'm not a fan of fighting more than one at a time. See, I don't even mind fighting them at one at a time. I just hate Theseus. I can fight Atreus. He's fine. I just cannot stand Theseus's second half. Theseus's second half is so annoying to me, on top of his already annoying first half. I hate his first half because he's impervious.
Until next time, good shade.
Like, or not impervious, but he blocks your hits.
Enjoy the rest of your existence, Shades.
Like right after you, right after he hits you. Like you gotta hit him during that sweet spot in his back. Right after he hits you, you can get like the hits in, and then he blocks everything after. And that's the part that's annoying. And then he gets all the help. So annoying.
I'm out of here.
This fight gets more aggravating when you unlock the heat. Heat runs? No thank you. No thank you. Which is funny because I'm still, it's like I feel like I'm still on edge because I'm still waiting for the way that his fight's gonna change. Obviously don't tell me, but like I have just been waiting because it's like Meg, we fought the same way for a while, and then they introduced the sisters, which changed the fight because now we had to wait for the sisters. Like this, it depended on which sister you had. And then same with the Bone Hydra. We fought the Bone Hydra the same way for a while. And then eventually, the other Bone Hydra starts swapping. So I'm like, okay. But like, I feel like I haven't been introduced to like a more annoying way to fight Atreus and Theseus. Unless it is having to have the boss fight of Atreus before Theseus, because that is annoying and I hate when that happens. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I personally can't stand it. Fine.
Why not?
Alright, who are we going? Where are we going? Time to lose all my health
Hey,
while I'm here. Oh yeah, I gotta remember they can poison me. I'm over here kind of just chilling out, just doing whatever and forgetting that like, oh yeah, I can get poisoned. Like, I can legitimately be poisoned right now. Like what just happened. Because y'all just want to fill up the map with everything. Fun. Love it. I hate the sewers. You know, I don't ever try to be that person that just rants about how much they hate stuff, but I hate sewers. I do not like fighting in the sewers. I very much dislike this area. I feel like all the other areas, like, even if they're not, there's something about them that I like about them. There is absolutely zero about the sewers I like. There's zero about the sewers I like. I don't mind fighting through the first area. It's kind of relaxing to me. I like Elysium. It's pretty. Asphodel, I like the score. You know. And it looks pretty too. I like the flames and the lava. The sewers, nothing I like. Zero I enjoy. There is not one enemy I don't mind fighting. I hate everything in the sewers. I hate everybody here. Especially them. Especially them. They are my least favorite. The ones that spit at me. Because they always hit me, and then I'm always poisoned, and I lose all my it's not that, but I'll let you live in bliss of not knowing how unlocking heat changes things and makes certain aspects more challenging for a war. Yes, I would like to live in bliss. I would like to live in bliss. I will continue to live in bliss. Because I'm not living in bliss while in bliss. That's the sad thing. It's like that saying that people always say, like, I wish that someone could tell you that you're living in the good old days before the good old days are actually over. And like that's kind of how I feel it will be when I unlock certain things in this game. It'll be like, man, I wish someone could. I wish I knew that like I was in the best parts of the most easy parts of the game, the best parts without having to know. But man, I miss it. You know. Oh, great. It's like, I always know I'm never going to get to the Satyr stat first, but like, I still always get upset when I don't get that Satyr stat first try. It's still always disappointing. Despite me knowing that it is too good to be true, I still get upset. Everything stopped blowing me the hell up. Where are the berries though? Like, where are they? Alright, who else is out here? Alright. Oh, not you. Not this guy. Not this guy here. I'm dead. I knew it was gonna happen though. I knew I wasn't gonna make it through the sewer today. I wasn't playing very good. Nothing worse than being in this area and damn near dying, trying to find the bag with a dog whose name I admittedly cannot remember right now, Cerberus. Yeah. I think that's gonna be it for Hades though. I am gonna look through. I'm gonna see. We'll maybe go to just chatting so I can figure out if I'm going to play something else or if we're gonna end slightly early or not. We'll see. But I'm gonna still talk to everybody.
Whoa, I guess you must have died out there again, huh?
I sure did.
All right, Hypnos.
Oh, my puppy's gone. Hey, Dad.
Father, have you ever considered that Orpheus might be much better as a court musician if you permitted him to see his muse again?
All up in everybody's business. She don't want to see him.
I have considered many possibilities, boy. And I trust Orpheus considered many possibilities before he signed away his rights to see his so-called muse when once he invaded my realm.
Well...
So you're forcing him to stay here for eternity just because he signed a contract with you?
That's kind of how contracts work, though, I guess.
Contracts with me are binding. Until such time as they dig themselves out of the archives and tear themselves up. And I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Is Zagreus about to go and rip up the contract? That feels like a Zagreus thing.
Who knows? They might surprise you.
That feels like a Zagreus thing to do.
Cerberus is still at work, I guess. Achilles, sometimes I fear that Father, if he learns that you've been aiding me, that he will not be generous with you.
Don't worry about me, lad. Your father's still getting caught up with work that I created for him in my mortal days. Besides, there's nothing he can take from me. We have a mutual arrangement, he and I.
I hope you're right. Yushai's doing all right.
Has anyone seen my son? I've been looking all over. Cause of death, heart failure. Aww. I'm so ready for the sequel. Listen. I'm excited for it too. I just, I just need to play. Finish it.
Okay.
I just like coming in here just because if there's a door, I'm gonna enter it, and that's just kind of the way I am. Like, there's never anything in there to see, but I still go in just because it's there.
Where's our court
The
musician?
hearing is now in session. Come forth.
Oh.
What is it? Truly. Not a chance. Denied. Next.
Oh, this is a first, actually. I've never seen this.
Next claim. Get to the point.
Denied?
Your claim is denied.
He's gonna probably deny everybody. I want to see what they say.
Let's just have a listen.
I'm telling you, Achilles is the strongest there ever was. Cause of death, sharp object.
Make it quick.
Cerberus must still be back up top.
Oh, and look, they have
Is
a
that
little
all?
hat. A cute little hat on there. At least it looks like a hat.
Laughable. Denied.
I
Alright.
can't afford any of this.
I don't think I have anything. Well... Oh, I should be good then.
Really?
Oh, Morpheus. Oh, I can relax here.
If I sit down, I won't want to get back up.
I want to sit.
Granted.
Oh, they granted somebody. I mean, he didn't want to grant him anything, but he granted him access to something. Enjoy your larger
State your
Shinobi.
claim.
Nyx, sometimes I get the impression the Olympians look down on those of us born of the underworld. Is that my imagination, or what do you make of it?
The gods of Mount Olympus tend to think themselves above us, child. Or so your father often likes to say. He alone was relegated to this realm, and grew resentful of his relatives on high.
I can't imagine him otherwise.
Dusa!
Everything is spick and span, like always, Your Highness.
Bye, Dusa. Here's the catch of the day. We're settled up.
Alrighty. Let's see, do I have anything
Mira.
else? Oh, nice. I finally got everything maxed. So now I just gotta work on getting the key.
All right.
You know?
There you are.
Alright. Wait, what? I feel like I pressed this button before and I've never seen that. Alright. But anyway, I'm gonna swap screens real quick because I'm gonna figure out if we're gonna keep going or if we're gonna play something else. I might end off, but we will see. Cause yes. My wrist is a little sore and I don't know if I can play through another hour and a half of Hades. So I'm going to turn this off. Turn this off. I'm gonna put this back on. There we go. But yeah. Hades was fun though. But I think I was saying it earlier today too. I noticed with me and Hades, I can only play like 1 or 2 runs at a time because my wrist and my fingers start hurting. I think it's just because I'm mashing so much. So it's like it's a lot of stress on it. So I try to only do a run or two in Hades, but I need to play it more because I really want to I want to finish it. I want to beat Hades, or at least, you know, beat my dad once. Like, if I can at least just beat Hades, like the actual character once, I will be happy with myself. So one of these days, hopefully, I will make it, because man, it's been rough. But yeah, that was fun though. I am happy I got to play it. I think I actually will end it early tonight instead of swap it to a different game. No, it was only 2.5 hours, and I apologize for that, but I think I'm gonna end it off early tonight, and then we'll just find somebody to raid. You know, who's on actually? Okay, excuse me. There's a few people on. Let's see. Let me see. How long have people been on for? So I can choose a person to raid. Hold on, I'm trying to see the stuff. Wait, what about? I wanted to see theirs. Why is Twitch, why are you acting weird all of a sudden? Please let these things pop up so I can see. There we go. Okay, ads. Let's see. So you've been going for 4 hours. You've been going for a while. Oh, you just ended. Okay. Okay, so they just ended. You've been going for like 2 hours. You are early in, and you are also... You just started. Okay. Lenny, you are good. You don't have to apologize for anything. And that goes for all of you guys. Y'all don't ever have to apologize for like your internet being bad or needing to like go get food. Like, genuinely, you don't have to. And if anything, I'm gonna talk to you like in like literally less than 5 minutes because I am ending off stream. But I do want to say, sorry, I'm doing a stretch. I do want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I hope that everybody's had a good holiday. And I want to wish you guys Happy New Year if I didn't get to see you guys. Let me see. Is there anything to update you guys with? Yes, there is actually stuff I want to update you guys. First thing I wanted to tell you all is that this year I do want to do better about like updates and newsletter things and coffee things and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try my best to like be more consistent with that stuff. So oh, hello Soundtrack, how are you? Welcome in. I'm just giving the little updates before I end off stream tonight. And I actually need a little chapstick. But I am planning to get a newsletter update out tomorrow, hopefully. Which, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, I do have a newsletter. I kind of fell off of it around like September-ish, but I do have a newsletter if you would like to sign up. I'm gonna try to keep up to date with it, and the main reason why is because I feel like social media has been weird lately. I tend to normally post on Twitter a lot. Like that's where I really like talked the most. And with everything that's been going on with Twitter, things have just been seeming a little weird. Oh, let me actually plug in my headset because that's about to turn off. See if I can get it without having to take it off. And it's just been a little weird lately. I feel like my stuff is being a little harder to see. It just feels weird. And with that, a lot of people also, I've noticed, have been migrating to various different sites. So everybody's kind of dispersed from the places that like I used to be able to just kind of make a post and everybody would see it. So I mean, I am still on obviously Twitter and I'm on Tumblr and on Instagram and all these things, but since there are so many different platforms now, I figured that just having my actual newsletter come out each month or each like bi-weekly or whatever it is would make it easier for people who want to just straight up get updates about art or streaming things that are dealing with me. So if you do want to get updates and you don't want to miss it because I made a tweet and you aren't on Twitter, or I posted on Tumblr, or I posted in Discord and you didn't see it, you can feel free to sign up for the newsletter. It does talk about my art stuff and my streaming stuff. It talks about both for updates for those things, whether it's shows I'm doing or shop updates and stuff. And depending on how things go this year, I might do multiple updates. Like if there's a lot of stuff going on with art stuff, I might do a separate art update for that and then do a different one for streaming. We'll see how it goes, but basically that would be your way to get some updates. The other thing I'm also trying to get a little better with updating is my Ko-fi, which is where I usually will have my tips, but I am gonna try to put updates there as well. And I also now am offering tiers on there, or I should say membership. So if you want a way to support me each month, you can sign up. I think I have a tier for $2 and I have a tier for $4. The $2 one is just a monthly donation, and then the $4 one is going to be also a monthly donation, but also a way so you can see my artwork without the watermark on it, because with all the AI stuff and art theft and everything happening, I don't feel comfortable posting my artwork anywhere without a watermark. So I changed my watermark. I have a new watermark, and every single place I post from now on, including Instagram, will have a watermark. So on Ko-fi, I figured for the $4 tier, I will post my watermark-free artwork, because that's what I used to do. I used to post my artwork watermark-free on Ko-fi, but now I don't feel comfortable. So now it'll be $4. But I do want to eventually possibly offer other things, other benefits and stuff on Ko-fi in the future. So we'll see how it goes. But that is an option for anybody who would like to see it. I do also have an update on my Ko-fi that talks about all that stuff. So if you would like to check it out, you can always check out my Ko-fi. Yeah, that Hive social, ain't it? Yeah, I'm not sold on Hive yet. I'm not gonna talk bad about it though, because like they are new. They're very new social platforms, so I know that they're new and they're growing and they're learning. So I kind of feel like if I do use Hive, I have to wait a little bit before I use it, because I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. I haven't had the urge to use it much, so it's not really my thing. I go on Tumblr more than that, but I also used to be an avid Tumblr user anyway, so kind of reverting back to that is a little easier than going to a completely new platform. And plus, I feel like all the social media sites are kind of just, I'm kind of just annoyed with all of them a little bit. But I do also post on like TikTok and stuff now, so there are places to see, but the newsletter and my Ko-fi I think are going to be my best bets. Also, for anybody who may not know, I do have a Discord. I don't necessarily post in it often, but I do want to change that some, and I think I'm going to just try to make it where there's not as many channels, and it might just maybe be a little smaller. And I want to start to try to do some more art things in there for everybody. So if anybody is an artist or just likes to do creative stuff, because you know, you don't have to actually be an artist to like art, and you don't have to be an artist to like crochet or knit or write poetry and things like that. But like, if you just like doing creative things, I want to start trying to do some like challenges and activities and different ways to engage everybody so we can all be creative together, you know? I really want that for everyone. So that's something that I'm hoping to start. So because of that, if you are interested in the Discord, I have two ways. You can either join by being a sub, which means that all you have to do is make sure that your Discord is connected to your Twitch, and then you can just go into your settings and in connections and you find my server and you join. Or if you are a follower, then you just have to wait until you get 6,000 mono tokens, or you know, channel points, and then you can grab the reward and I will whisper you the invite link. And that is mainly because I like to keep our server safe and troll free. So I figure if you've been sitting here long enough to accumulate 6,000 points, then you like the community enough to want to not troll everybody and be a menace to society. So that is why it's set up like that. And of course, if you do decide to join, you have to check out the roles and the rules and all of that, or else you will be gone. So that is the stuff. What else? Is there anything else to update you guys about? I kind of talked about it a little bit on Wednesday. Because I know not everybody was here on Wednesday, I will say that I don't necessarily, because I know it is a new year, it's 2023, so Happy New Year to everybody in here. But I didn't get to say Happy New Year too. 2023, I'm not expecting anything to truly change too much on the channel. Main thing I am expecting is that I think I'm going to focus more on making sure that the channel is truly like me in a way. And when I say that, I mean like I'm going to try not to like compare myself in my channel and my growth to anybody else. I'm going to do things that I enjoy and that I like, and understand that sometimes certain things that work for other people don't work for me. Which means that some of the things that I was trying really, really, really hard to implement last year, I'm gonna stop doing because I couldn't keep up with it, so obviously it's not gonna work for me. And when I say that, I mean in the sense of changing the way I do Discord, because I was trying really hard to have this really extensive, big Discord with all the channels like everybody else, and my social media runs out very quickly. I don't have the mental capacity to do it. I don't have the emotional capacity to do it. So I am going to work on fixing up the Discord so it's less daunting. There's not as much stuff. There's possibly not going to be the movie nights anymore, at least not a dedicated movie night, because I can never keep up with it. And if we do a movie night, it's going to be because we just decided that we wanted to do a movie night that week or month, or I just decided to showcase a movie I was watching. So I'm not gonna do that anymore because I couldn't keep up with it. Same thing with community game night. Now with that one, that doesn't mean that we won't ever have community game nights again. That's not what I'm saying. But I will not have a dedicated community game night at the end of every month anymore because I could not keep up with it, and I used to stress myself out a lot and beat myself up a lot about it because I couldn't keep up with it. And from now on, if we do community days, it's just gonna be because we decided to plan a community day for that month or that week, or we just decided to do it. You know? So that's kind of what I mean by this year I'm gonna focus on doing the things I enjoy and doing things in the capacity that I can do them. And the things that we want to do. And try not to focus so much on what I see other streamers doing, because it doesn't necessarily mean that's going for us. One thing that I do want to try to work on for this year for you guys, because streams will be the same. We're still going to be doing indie games because I wanted to do them. We're still going to be doing our bigger game because that's what I'm going to do. We're still going to be doing art streams, but I wouldn't mind trying to do more types of art streams. I wouldn't mind trying to do more art streams that do include you guys more. Last stream, somebody was suggesting like that I could always do, like suggesting maybe more art streams, or maybe art streams where we all get to draw together and then you guys all put your artwork into the Discord and then we can showcase them after, all that type of stuff. Which also, by the way, if y'all ever have suggestions of things that you want to see, you can always feel free. If you're in the Discord, you can put them in the suggestions. If you're in the chat, I believe I also do have like a gaming suggestion thing. I can also make a reward for just suggestions in general that you guys can put in. Or maybe I'll make like a card, or I'll figure out a way to maybe make a link that can go to like a suggestion box that you guys can just like sometimes pull up with the command, and then you can go to it if you have a suggestion for things you want to see, and you can just submit it, and that can be a way that I can see things that you guys would want to see, you know, types of streams you're interested in, because that's the way that I can know what you guys want out of here too, and I can make sure that I enjoy myself in the channel while also having you guys enjoy yourselves, because like I said, it is a suggestion. So just because you do submit something doesn't mean it's like I must do it, but it might even just like be an idea that I can expand on or something, you know? So that's something I'm gonna look into. I feel like I'm saying something a lot. I'm repeating myself a lot, but don't worry. And besides that, those are all of like the big general announcement things. The smaller things. A smaller thing to say is that next week we will be truly back in business, though, because for the last couple of weeks we have been kind of in downtime where like I haven't been really doing any of like my regular streams, in the sense of like I haven't been trying out new indies. I haven't been playing like my longer game on Fridays. It's been a free-for-all. I've been just playing whatever I wanted. AKA, I played like a gazillion hours of Satisfactory during stream last month because I just felt like playing Satisfactory. But next week, this week coming up, we will be back to how it used to be. So on Monday, I'm going to pick an indie game, and I'm going to play an indie game. Want something that I haven't played yet. It's probably going to either be one of the three. It's going to either be A Little to the Left, Ghosts on the Shore, or I think it's called How to Say Goodbye. One of those three. Those are three games that I've been looking at that I kind of want to play. So it'll be one of those on Monday, more than likely. So we'll be back to doing indies on Mondays. Wednesday will be art, and then Friday I will be figuring out which game I want to play. During the weekend, if I can figure out like what game I want to play automatically, then that will just be the game I play on Friday. But if during the weekend I still can't kind of figure out which game I want to play for Friday, I will make a poll, and I will put the poll up. If I'm good, I'll put the poll up early in the week in Discord and on Twitter. If not, then I might do the poll like a day or so before, but you know, you guys will still have time to like vote. But I might do the latest. I will have the poll up on Thursday. By the latest, it will be up on Thursday. So we can figure out what longer game, because I think there's Steel Rising, there's this game called Echo, and then there's another game I wanted to check out. So I have some options for Friday games, but we will be back in business. We'll be back to the usual program. At least I should be, unless I'm sick on like Wednesday, but then I'll just only miss one day of streaming. So we'll see how that goes. But because there's a possibility I will have cramps. I just thought about that. But that'll be on Wednesday. That'll be art day. I can miss an art day, considering I gave y'all like a gazillion different streams of art in the last like 3 weeks. So I think you guys will be fine. But yeah, I think that is all of the announcements that I needed to tell you guys about. I think that's all that needed to be stated. And I think we're good. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's come through and hung out, and everybody who's been here for the whole year. I mean, we finished 2022. There's a lot of you guys that I feel like have been here literally the entire year, which is wild to me. It's a wild thought. But like, thank you. I really, really appreciate everybody. And even if it was like y'all came in for a month and then you left for a little bit, or anybody who came in at all during 2022. I super duper appreciate it. Whether you came in and said hello, you chatted for a long time, you lurked, or whatever it was, I super duper appreciate all of you guys, because y'all are the reason that the channel is the way it is. Like, literally without y'all, it wouldn't be how it is right now. So I super appreciate it. Also really cool because I'm literally, what, 1 follower away from 700. So that will be cool when it happens. We'll make a milestone. We'll reach 700 followers on the channel. So super duper excited about that. And like I told you before, I'm also updating the PNG tuber. So there will be new outfits on her throughout the year, and I'm very excited about that. So yeah. On that note, let me see. Who is it that I was gonna go raid? Let me see who we're gonna raid. Let's go. You know what? Let's go raid somebody I haven't raided before. They raided me before, and I haven't gotten a chance to really sit and like check out their channel too much. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna check them out together. We're gonna go and see a little Stardew Valley. I will be raiding and running slightly though, because I want to like go get some more water and like use the bathroom and stuff. But we're gonna go check out Timothy Burton and playing some Stardew. I think they like raided me a while ago, so we're gonna go there and raid them back and see how their stream is going. So let's get this started. Oh, and hopefully I can do this before my computer dies. I'm on 16%. Because by the way, I got a new laptop and I'm very excited about it. It has a lot of fingerprints because I got the pretty color, but it's a pretty color. Yes. I'm very excited. And I like it because it does the thing. It does the thing, and I'm so excited about it. It came with a pen and everything. Alright, but anyway, let me not get distracted. Let me start this raid. Timothy. There we go. I feel like y'all can probably hear my mom like screaming on the phone. She's not actually screaming on the phone, she just talks really loud. But like my mic is up loud so that you can hear me, but I feel like you could probably hear everybody else in the house too. Like I'm very much a normal person. I'm not the streamer that has like the noise canceling the phone up all over the place. I'm just in my room, and my room doesn't have a door because it's basically a loft in the attic. So if you can't hear my mom, I mean, I guess hey, you hear my mom, right? But let me start this raid. Alrighty. So feel free to copy down, not me accidentally pressing caps lock. So feel free to copy down the raid message. We're gonna go over and we're going to raid Timothy. And we're gonna show him some love. And wish him a good night, basically, and see how Stardew Valley is going. Because it seems like they've been probably playing for a while. They probably know what they're doing. I feel like everybody who plays Stardew Valley already, like on stream, always usually knows what they're doing. We're gonna go over there. We're going to say hello, see how they're doing, and all that jazz. Yes, I'm gonna... Yes, I hope you have a good night, Jakara. I hope all of you guys have a good night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I super appreciate you all. And yeah, I will be back on Monday with some indie games, and I'm very excited about it because I've been waiting to like get into it. I was supposed to start this on this Monday, and I was still sick, so I figured I'd just give myself this week, and we would start next week. So I'm gonna say goodnight. Yeah, peace.